Hello and welcome to Two Guys, One Cups, around 17 tips. I'm Charlie Clausen. He's Will Anderson. We're the only podcast that likes to tip a good 5 days out. Well, now that we have Thursday night games back, it's only 4 days out.
We're close, and we're recording on a Monday morning for once. So, really, this is some good fresh tipping by our standards.
I mean, Tribunal hasn't sat. We don't know what the injury list is, but we feel confident we can guide you in the right direction. Thursday night, Will, the Tigers hosting the Swans at the MCG. Tigers, really brought back down to earth. Mathematically still a finals chance, but they'll need to get a wriggle on. And then the Swans, coming off the uninspiring draw, I don't know.
Mathematically still a finals chance.
Yeah.
So
thanks to the percentage boost a couple of weeks ago. MCG, Tigers, Swans aren't bad on the MCG, apart from grand final day.
Oh, come on. I thought you were dead and buried. Everything's fine with you and the Swans.
Squash that beef. That beef.
I mean, it's interesting, though, isn't it? Because it is... I think Richmond are not as bad as Richmond were at the Gabba last week.
And there was no Dustin Martin, which makes a huge difference to them in season.
Huge difference. So I'm gonna say the Tigers. Tigers at the MCG.
What's the weather doing at the moment?
Oh, mate, are we going to bring weather into this as well?
100%.
With long-term forecasts, we don't know the injuries of the tribunal or who's going to be picked in the teams. But let's have a look at what your app thinks Thursday night's weather's going to be.
I have fallen so far from my roots. I don't even have Melbourne as one of my saved. Oh no, I do. Here we go. I thought I didn't have Melbourne as one of my saved cities. Thursday, 40% chance of rain, 14 degrees.
Okay.
All right, so that's no significant advantage to the Tigers.
Well, that was worth it. Glad we did that.
Just hold on. All right, I'm tipping the Tigers.
Yeah, me too.
Friday night, the Western Bulldogs are hosting Collingwood at Marvel Stadium. This will be
fair to say, Charlie.
Game.
Might be a danger game for the Bulldogs. This one.
I mean, you would have to play at your absolute best to get.
We won't beat them. There's no way we'll beat them. But this is one of those ones where you want to be within 20 or 30 points of them. What I don't want is to us be embarrassed by them.
Like Gold Coast.
Yeah.
You don't, literally, I mean, just like that GWS game where Murphy literally pulled the guy's pants down. You metaphorically don't want your pants pulled down.
I just can't see a way the Bulldogs...
metaphorically and literally don't want your pants pulled down.
Even at our best and them at their worst, I can't see how we beat them. Yeah, it just is one of those things where I just don't know how we combat what they have.
I love the setup for this, though. This is real Bevo's bottom boys type shit.
I mean, it's definitely bottom boy shit, but... I just
too far
think
from finals.
Too far.
Bevo to pull the bottom boys.
Plus, we're not close enough to the bottom. We're
percentage out of fourth. You're
exactly.
Right. This could shake up the football landscape if you win it, though. If you do, charge into fourth position, show that Collingwood has some vulnerabilities. I don't know. That's a good platform to attack the rest of the season and then go into finals.
I mean, it is, isn't it?
It won't happen.
It won't be, though. In the same way as OJ wrote that book, If We Did It, if I did it, this is my if we win it. We will not, though.
On Saturday, the Lions, still at the Gabatoir, taking on the West Coast Eagles.
Oh, boy.
Who found a bit of heart, a bit of spirit. They responded against the Saints, almost got across the line.
But we know how West Coast love travelling to Queensland.
Love it. I mean, do you think Adam Simpson, after that Saints game, would have been, you know what, we found some fight. Who are we playing next? Brisbane.
Oh.
Fuck!
Oh, no.
Jesus.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Anyone but. Lions by...
Yeah, a lot.
Well, you know what? Everyone was saying St Kilda. Well,
yes.
No, I don't know.
No, but this is the difference. St Kilda, we were hoping for an easy kill because it would be good for St Kilda's form. Here's what we know the Lions love to do. Feast on mediocre opposition at the Gabba and make an ordinarily good opposition look mediocre at the Gabba. This is a team that is not good. It's not like that suddenly playing okay in Western Australia is going to fix their entire season. They are going to get... This will be...
10 goals.
This will be a record. This will be a record
More
at
than the
Gabba.
Swans game.
Yep.
Okay, is it your...
Lock
it in! Beautiful. All right. Later on that afternoon at Giants Stadium, the Beanstalk, the Giants host Hawthorn, who were Hawthorn without James Sicily are a 40% worse side. I like them with Sicily. They look so good, but geez, they were no good on the weekend. Last weekend. Yesterday, I mean.
Whatever it was. Time means nothing. It's all linear. We're just experiencing it. You know? I agree with you. I mean, he's super important. He's one of those players that you just be like, oh, fuck, I'd love Sicily at the Bulldogs. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, there'd be part of him that you'd be incredibly frustrated with, I'm
Imagine
sure.
having a centre-half back who actually likes vaccines.
Maybe.
Understands their efficacy.
Yeah, it was tough with his broken arm this week where he's like, what are you jabbing me with? Show me what that is. What are you jabbing me with?
Giants are looking pretty good, you know. I'm not buying into the orange tsunami's back. I'd say the orange swell. I'd say there's an orange 6-foot swell coming in, and it's pretty good. It's pretty exciting.
It's not your 100-year wave, but it's
I love that. And Toby Green, we've said it a lot on the pod this year. I think he could win the Brownlow. He has to, because he's playing in a team that is.
I don't think he has to, because I think that Butters and Dacos and these guys are also having
did
just
I say has? I mean, he could.
Yes.
Like, he's a
but he could. Yes.
But Butters is going to
do the umpires give him votes? Is he is Toby Green one of those people that because he occasionally kicks someone in the head or pushes an umpire or whatever doesn't get votes?
Yeah, it could be. There might be an inbuilt bias. But I was just thinking in terms of Dacos and Butters, they have other stars around them, whereas
it's
Giants,
it's the Toby show a lot of the time.
Show. Yeah. Giants for me in that case.
Yeah, Giants for me too.
Okay, Marvel Stadium, Saturday night. 2 big games, doubleheader. The first one is St Kilda taking on the Demons for the first time this year. Saints just scraped across the line. Demons licking their wounds after a hard slog in Darwin, in Alice Springs. Look, we are so badly out of form at the moment.
You are.
And I don't know how you fix it. Even Ross Lyon's press conference, he was like, I got no idea what's going on. He just shrugged. I got no idea what's going on. But I would dearly like to win this game. I just don't. I think Melbourne, they've got too much pride, too much on the line, too much talent. Although Bailey Fritsch might be out, although Josh Battle's out for us, so that balances.
They're not,
out.
but Fritsch is a big. Fritsch is a good loss for them, for you. I mean, it's a terrible loss for them because
but his direct matchup would be Josh Battle, and he's out for us because he's got concussion. So I don't know. I'm going to tip the Saints with absolutely zero confidence,
and I am going to tip the Demons with absolutely zero joy.
The other game playing out on Saturday night is Port Adelaide back home hosting the Suns. You'd love the storyline to be that the Suns just...
Suns have got to win one at some stage. Port Adelaide got to lose one at some stage. This could be...
a massive high.
Right? And this week, the Suns have to...
I know that Hamish McLaughlin thinks that the Gabatoir is the most hostile environment for... I think Adelaide Oval is.
Yeah.
I think it is, it looks beautiful. It doesn't look hostile.
No.
But that crowd,
it's like one of those beautiful creatures in nature that is also deadly and will poison you. Yeah.
I get frustrated watching Adelaide teams play because the crowds are just so fucking parochial. It's like, come on, you can't really think that was a free kick. I know you're just trying to get your team across the line, but just a bit of common sense, people.
I mean, by the way, can we also apply that, though, to the Essendon Football Club, who's I love the fact that their crowd are into the games, but at some stage, someone should explain some of the rules to the Essendon crowd.
Port Adelaide win that game, I think.
Port Adelaide also.
Too much going on. Sunday, the Cats back at GMHBA Stadium. I think this is starting a run now of about, 5 or 6 games they have at home, hosting North Melbourne, who I actually thought were really good against Adelaide last week.
Yes.
I mean,
Adelaide and Adelaide are a tough team.
Tough proposition.
Yeah.
And I just think Tex Walker's a bit of a dickhead. I don't know. I mean, I know there's the stuff. I'm not even talking about that. Just as on the field, I just don't like the cut of his jib, Will. You're pushing around little kids and stuff and acting all tough to a bunch of fucking, come on, mate. Pull your head in. I know we're not talking about the Crows. But I liked North Melbourne. I thought they were good for a half, but they're not going to beat the Cats at home.
They're not, but there's so much to like if you're North Melbourne. Sheasel, Wardlaw, that next generation of talent's going to be fantastic.
Larky's like third in the Coleman. He's awesome. Great player. But they're not going to win that game.
No.
At 3:20 on Sunday, the Bombers take on the Adelaide Crows at Marvel Stadium in a must-win game for both teams. This isn't potentially match of the round, I'd say.
I'm going to say, so Adelaide, anywhere but Adelaide are a different proposition. Because if this was in Adelaide, I'd be like, lock in Adelaide. How do Essendon respond to losing this week? I think fine. I don't feel like they're the brittle Essendon of old where like that would... I think it just gives them confidence. I don't think Essendon takes anything but confidence out of that game. They'll, as AFL players like to say, they'll take some learnings.
Oh yeah, I love a
learnings. We got some learnings out of the experience, but I reckon Essendon at Marvel. Yeah, no, I'm going to say Essendon.
Okay. All right. In that case, I'm going to say the Crows. I kind of agree with everything you're saying, but I just want to make it interesting. And that's my not a particularly gutsy lock. The final match is also an intriguing clash of two teams struggling to keep their heads above water. It's the final game of the round. It is Freo hosting the Blues at Optus Stadium. Two most disappointing teams of 2023, would you say?
Two of the most disappointing.
One. I guess one of them was already disappointing. Just got more disappointing.
I don't know.
But Freo, I thought more of.
I mean, I think both of them have finals aspirations at the start of the season.
Carlton are playing bloody good football at the moment too.
And Freo aren't really. I mean, Freo, it's hard to tell because occasionally they look okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at Optus, they're a different team over there.
I think they've got a midfield advantage over the Blues, even though the Blues have Walsh and maybe they don't actually. They've got a ruck advantage, but the midfield's actually stuck up pretty well. I just think Carlton's forward line are humming now, and they're looking real good. And I just really want to see them just win every game and still every game to finish off the year and still not make fun.
I can understand the desire to see that. And I can see it happening. Yeah. I honestly could see it happening. But I'm just going to say Fremantle at home. Too strong.
I'm going to say Carlton. And that's my second. That is our tips for this round. We hope your team wins on the weekend, unless they're playing St Kilda. Don't forget you can check out our podcast, Two Guys, One Cup, on the Listener app if you are not listening to it now or watching us on Instagram. And you can go to tofop.com to check out our other great podcasts. We'll see you again next week. Play on, not 15.
Well,
sweet.